Welcome to AG Chronicle.
1415 AD. Europe is at war. For decades, England and France have fought over land, inheritance, and power. The 100 Years' War rages on. In August of that year, the young English king, Henry V, lands in Normandy with around 12,000 men. His goal? To reclaim his ancestral lands and assert his claim to the French crown. He besieges the port city of Harfleur. After weeks of resistance, the city falls, but the victory is costly. Disease, hunger, and exhaustion ravage Henry's army. Thousands die or are too weak to fight. With winter approaching, Henry decides to march his remaining force, barely 6,000 men, across northern France to the English stronghold at Calais. But the French army, far larger and better equipped, moves to intercept him. On October 25th, the feast of St. Crispin, Henry's army finds its path blocked near the village of Agincourt. Facing him stands a French force of perhaps 20 to 30,000 men, knights, men-at-arms, and heavy cavalry. The English are outnumbered more than 3 to 1. Rain has turned the fields to deep mud. Escape is impossible. Henry arranges his army carefully. At the center stand his dismounted knights and men-at-arms. On each flank, he places his archers, thousands of English longbowmen, armed with the weapon that has become the terror of medieval Europe. In front of them, wooden stakes are driven into the ground to ward off cavalry charges. The French, confident in victory, delay their attack. But Henry refuses to wait. He orders his men forward to within bow range, and then gives the signal. A storm of arrows darkens the sky. The English longbowmen unleash volley after volley, their yew-bows firing shafts that pierce armor and horses alike. The French cavalry charges, but the rain-soaked ground and the narrow field funnel them into chaos. Horses stumble, knights fall, and the advancing men-at-arms crash into the fallen. Under constant arrow fire, the French formations break apart. Those who reach the English line find themselves bogged down in mud, exhausted, unable to swing their swords effectively. The English counterattack, pushing forward with axes and maces. By mid-afternoon, the battlefield is a nightmare of mud and corpses. Thousands of French nobles lie dead or dying. Among the fallen are many of France's most powerful lords: the Constable Charles d'Albret, the Duke of Brabant, and the Duke of Alençon. Henry, fearing that the captured knights might rally if the French regroup, orders their execution. A grim but practical decision in the chaos of battle. When the fighting ends, the French losses are staggering. Contemporary accounts speak of 6,000 to 10,000 French dead, compared to only a few hundred English casualties. It is one of the most one-sided victories in medieval history. Henry emerges from the blood-soaked field as a hero. The victory at Agincourt secures his reputation as one of England's greatest warrior kings. 5 years later, the Treaty of Troyes recognizes Henry as heir to the French throne, though he will die before he can claim it. Agincourt becomes legend, a triumph of discipline over arrogance, of strategy over numbers. It is proof that leadership, courage, and preparation can overcome impossible odds. The muddy fields of northern France became the stage for one of the most astonishing victories in military history. And to this day, the name Agincourt echoes as a symbol of English resolve and the deadly power of the longbow.